So what is this people success area? Is it the same as development, learning and development, talent management? I don't think so. So your question is, what is people success and why is it important? I think, and I've argued earlier, that I see that HR is going to be split in three parts. Part one, and that's surely the biggest part, is HR operations. That's existing. Most people who are in HR today are in HR operations. Second, you could call that HR strategy, HR advice, HR architect. Had a small group of people, maybe one or two, it depends on the size of the organization, that are really working on HR strategy. What HR interventions are necessary to realize our strategy. You don't need many people in strategy, but high level people. And the third part, and I think that's undervalued, I call, other people call it as well, is people success. So what is this people success area? Is it the same as development, learning and development, talent management? I don't think so. First, it's important to talk about which people are we talking about. Generally speaking, we limit in HR, we limit ourselves too much to the people in the organization, the people on the payroll. And there are many more people that are important for the organization, that add value to the organization. So I think when talking about the people and people success, HR and the people and people success should broaden their scope. This is supporting, helping the people who contribute to the organization, or maybe who have contributed and maybe who will contribute. So it's wider than just the people who are contributing today. It's, of course, the employees on the payroll, it's temporary staff, it's interns, it's candidates on their way to the organization, it's alumni, people who have left the organization. How can we support, help that group of people? So that's the focus of people. The success element is, how can we make those people, how can we help those people to be successful? Not only at work, but also in their, let's say, in the other aspects of their life, being it their family, maybe their community. So there are different aspects in the lives of people. Work is one, but people's success can also broaden the scope there. Not just we are helping you to be successful today in our organization. No, we will support you in all the areas. This is difficult because this requires people's success to be an independent area. Today, and coming back on the comparison to, for example, learning and development department, learning and development teams, generally it's clear that those teams have, let's say, the organization on number one. It is, we will support you, we will help you, we will support your development as long as it is aligned with the goals of the organization. And I think that's generally also the perception of people in the organization. Yes, we say people first. We say, hey Tom, your development is super important for us. Yes, but only as long as it fits in our goals. I had a discussion about this theme in an HR training of a big multinational, and we had this discussion. And there was one of the participants said, yeah, but if it's not aligned with the organization, then we support people, and maybe they leave the organization, or maybe they do other things. This was the example, for example, of giving people a budget. Say, here you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 euros, and you can spend them in order to make yourself successful in the future, maybe even today. And then this lady said, yeah, but then they can spend it on their hobbies and all those kind of things, and well, we're never going to sell that. There was another guy in the audience who said, well, I've just come from an organization where they did exactly that. They supported people. They had a kind of, you could say, people success department. And it turned out that, well, not many people did strange things with that budget. Many people did sensible things for themselves, often also for the organization. So often it's also in the minds of people, and it's not going in the wrong direction necessarily. But the independency, I think that's very important, because the people success team, the people success people should be there to support the people. And that should be clear. I'm here to support you. How can we help you to be more successful at work today, at work in the future, and maybe also in your, not maybe, but also in your private life. Today, there are many people facing issues, financial issues. They can't pay their energy, they have big problems. Well, that's typically an area where the people success team might be able to help. Say, well, how can we help you? Not only with money, but maybe with advice, and you could install an energy advice team in your organization and say, well, okay, we will go around, maybe with a little budget, you can do some sensible things. So it's in the financial area, but it might also be, and that's also very important, around well-being, mental healthness. We will support you when you have mental issues. Not necessarily only burnout caused by work, but many people are dealing with difficult issues, and the people success people might be able to help them. And you can say, well, is this, what are the interests for the organization? And I think it's clear there are interests for the organization, because if you provide this to people, real high quality people success people, well, that reflects. People will like it. People feel supported, and well, they might function better at work as well. I know another organization that organization has as a model that they only they hire people, but with the purpose that they leave the organization after 3-4 years. It's a consultancy organization, and then they might build their own business or attach themselves to another business. They clearly have people success people, because they say, we will support you in your dreams, in your goals. If you want to start your own business, we will give you support in starting your own business, and we will give you advice, and we very much hope that your future business will flourish. And of course, you're no longer connected to us, but maybe, surely, you will become part of our bigger ecosystem, and that's also a benefit for the organization. So don't look too narrowly. In summary, I think this is the time for organizations to really split off that people success area and say to the people success people, and give them budget of course as well, you focus on the success of the people who add value to the organization, and help them wherever you can help them. And of course there are limits, but it's not only help them to become more successful at work, also become more successful or more happy or better functioning people in their home situation, help them with mental issues, help them with financial issues. And this is going on, so it's not a trend we make up, it's a trend we see, but organizations are struggling, especially with the independence of the people success block in the organization, people success area in the organization.